Champions is a really great film, and I'm glad I had a reason to watch this. I only watched it because Woody Harrelson's in it, and I honestly don't know if it would have came on my radar otherwise, so I'm really glad that I had the chance to see it. This was released last year in 2023. It's directed by Bobby Farrelly, and it's written by Mark Rizzo. It's based on the Spanish film Campeones. I'm almost certainly mispronouncing that, and it stars, of course, Woody Harrelson as a character called Marcus, who is a former minor league basketball coach, and he's caught drink driving. So he is sentenced to 90 days of community service, and that community service involves coaching a basketball team of adults with intellectual disabilities. And initially, it's unclear how Marcus is going to get on with this. For example, when the judge is telling him this, he asks how he should refer to these adults. He drops the R word, and I kind of thought, okay, is he going to be really awkward? But actually, quite quickly, he became a really likable character, and he didn't really have any bad attitudes or negative attitudes towards the adults he's coaching, which I think was absolutely the right approach, because if he had been unlikable, even if he was on a journey of self-discovery, which he is, but not in that way, I think it would have been harder to follow his journey in the film, but he was likable very quickly, and I love the fact that we have a lot of different personalities on the basketball team, and we very quickly start to know their personalities and get to connect with the characters pretty quickly, and that's not always the case with films like this. Sometimes when a film focuses on a particular sports team, it can be quite slow to get to know the characters and their personalities, but the pacing with this was absolutely fantastic. And of course, it is funny. There's a lot of great comedy in this, but there are some really moving, heartfelt, uplifting, motivational moments as well. It definitely has a lot to offer. We do have a subplot involving Marcus and the sister of one of the people in the basketball team, and I found that to be kind of boring. It was obviously included to flesh out the narrative, to make it seem more well developed, and I don't necessarily think it was a bad idea to include that, but personally, I just didn't find it to be very entertaining, and I'd rather either we just took it out completely. The film is about 2 hours, and there definitely is padding in this, or it was scaled back a little bit because I just didn't find it interesting. But maybe that's just me. Maybe other people really thoroughly enjoyed it. But I do think that there is a lot of padding in this, and we could have told this story in an hour and a half without losing anything of the character development or the crux of the narrative or anything like that. So way longer than it needed to be. But aside from that, it's a good narrative, good story, well developed for the most part, and the characters are all really likable. Great amount of comedy in this, but as I said, there are some more uplifting, motivational moments where it's maybe not as funny, but it definitely is inspirational. And as I said, I don't think, maybe eventually I would have seen this, but I remember it coming out last year, and I didn't really think it was going to be one for me, but I kind of put it in the back of my mind to catch it when it came on streaming. It is now on Now TV in the UK, and I'm glad that I had a reason to watch it, because honestly, Champions is a pretty good film, and it's one that I think is definitely worth checking out.